Surprise, surprise.
We're here.
We are here at a... we're not gonna lie to you. We're not at a stadium today. Today we're at a park, at a beautiful baseball field. We're gonna get ready to play some baseball because we're excited.
Yeah.
The Major League Baseball season starts officially tomorrow. Hopefully I can release the video by tonight to where it makes sense that it's tomorrow. Anyway, so we're gonna kind of make this quick. Unfortunately, we got very behind with all the other sports. It kind of caught up to us in the moment. We should have probably prepared for this earlier. But let's do our introduction. I'm your host, Fastsnow.
Co-host Unknown.
And as you can see, I'm a Giants fan.
Dodgers.
I'm not gonna expect a lot from my Giants this season. I know everything they're going through, young team, trying to get all those young starters going.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get started. We're gonna be giving you our predictions of the standings for each group, for each division, and go from there. We'll mainly only explain the first and second place.
Yeah.
And then just give you the order 3, 4, 5 without much explanation, and that's due to lack of time and all that good stuff. So would you like to get us started? Let's talk about, what do you want to talk about? National League.
Yeah.
We'll get started with that in the Central group.
Let's see.
Who are you predicting at the top? Numero uno.
Number one. I believe the Cubs are in there, right?
Yeah, so it's, yeah.
I have Cubs at first. I think it's gonna go out the same way it did last year. Cubs, right now with the signings that they got, Jock Peterson and Chris Bryant, and who was the other guy?
Javi Baez.
Yeah, those are great additions to the team. Creates more depth for them, and I just have them pulling off, winning that, division, I guess.
And they did win last year, the division. So, in my opinion, I think they're gonna continue that saga. Like Unknown said, with those additions of Jock Peterson, especially as a free agency, which was a big deal.
Yeah.
I think that happened back in January. But let's say second place.
Cardinals.
I have Cardinals. Yeah. So Cardinals, we're sticking with Cardinals. Honestly, the way they finished, they finished second in that group. Unfortunately, they had the Cubs. But not only that, there wasn't too much of roster change as far as losing players, which is huge in this case, because at this point it all comes down to that,
who you can keep the longest.
Who you can keep the longest. And I think Cardinals are going to keep that consistency. Who knows? They might outperform the Cubs. The Cubs had a lot of roster changes, even if it was the addition of Jock Peterson and Chris Bryant. I think anything can happen at this point, but we're gonna stick with the Cardinals, sticking second. And actually, 3, 4, 5, we're keeping it literally the way they finished last year.
Yeah.
So number 3, we're going with the Reds. No, sorry. Yeah, the Reds. 4th, the Brewers, and 5th,
Pirates.
Due to obvious reasons, the Pirates.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I hope you guys agree with us. Let us know, but we can't be wrong.
Yeah.
Everything we said just made sense, right? So let's move on to the National League West, where we have our favorite teams. All right, I gotta be honest. I foresee Dodgers finishing first. Once again, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
They had, rather than losing players, they obtain one of the biggest free agent pitchers, Trevor Bauer. Crazy, man. Yeah. To add him to that rotation, oh, crazy.
Yeah.
I'm actually jealous.
You should be.
So due to obvious reasons, the team being stacked, we're gonna keep Dodgers first, and then we're gonna go with the Padres second.
Yeah.
That is due to the
signing of Tatis. Keeping him for many, many years to come. Who else?
Many.
Yeah, and then who else? Tony Snell, right? If I'm not mistaken. They signed him also.
I spaced out on that one. Did that happen?
I believe so. It did.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, they did.
I did not read up on that.
But they did sign him, and you know, after what Tatis did last year, I think he's gonna keep up with that. You know, and that team right now is looking good. There's no doubt.
Exactly, and they played fantastically well last season, so I think they're going to keep that momentum going.
Yeah.
And I know this might shock you, but third place, I actually have the San Francisco Giants due to a little biased reason, but also due to the promise that I'm seeing from all these players, especially from Dubon, Wilmer Flores, Alex Dickerson, if he can stay healthy, keep hitting those homers, and Austin Slater as well, if he can stay healthy and keep hitting those homers, consistent hits, all that good stuff. Buster Posey is back. I know a lot of people say he's old, same with Brandon Crawford. Well, Crawford and Bell, they're questionable.
Yeah.
We need base hits, man. We need base hits from them. If not, they're useless to us, to be honest.
Yeah.
But Buster Posey being there, just as, even if it's just veteran experience, we need that. That way Joey Bart, you know, maybe he can learn a couple pointers.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that would lead to fourth, fifth. Fourth, in this case, we're gonna put the Diamondbacks, and then fifth, Rockies. Rockies did lose Nolan Arenado.
Yeah.
Their biggest player. To me, their spark, and they just lost that. So
that was a huge mistake. All right, guys. So now we're going to talk about the east side of the National League.
Welcome to the east side. Oh, sorry.
All right, you go. Now that you sang that ridiculous song.
No. So a lot of you might expect the Atlanta Braves to be at the top of this one, but we're gonna disagree. We're gonna go with the team that is going all in a way, you could say, and that's the New York Mets.
Yeah. They signed a lot of good players. You know, Francisco Lindor was a good addition. Who else? John McCain, right? If I'm not mistaken, or Josh.
McCain, and then just freaking the pitcher, DeGrom.
Yeah, DeGrom's a
chicken some butt with all those 90-mile-per-hour balls.
I just feel it in my arm right now.
Anyway, we should try that. We should see if we could throw 90 miles per. Anyway.
Not here, though.
But yeah, so we're gonna go with the Mets on this one at the top, and then secondly we're gonna go with the Braves.
Yeah.
The Braves didn't do much in the offseason, but they have been a very consistent team. Their offense is very high-powered, so we could expect a lot from them. This one is a close one, but we're going to stick with the Mets. Like I said, we're going to go with the team that's going all in. But the Braves, don't sleep on them. They're going to play amazing. I actually think they're going to make it pretty far into playoffs, all that good stuff. But one thing to point out, Braves did get first last season, so we could be shooting ourselves in the foot for guessing the Mets, but we'll see what happens. Third place, we got the Nationals. Fourth place, we got the Phillies. And then fifth place, we got the Marlins.
Yeah.
Marlins, fifth place for obvious reason. Still a struggling team, pretty much in a rebuild, and all that good stuff. So let's move on to the American League side.
Baby.
Let's get started. So we're gonna get started with the West Side. The West Side. All right, guys. As a Giants fan, it disappoints me to say, I gotta stick with the A's on this one. I gotta lean toward them winning this group.
Yeah.
Honestly, I hate it because I have to lean towards them, but their team is still stacked. Their players are still outperforming their expectation. Matt Olson is still in there. The spring training has looked fantastic for them, in my opinion. I gotta stick with the A's on this one. They did win the last season in this group, so I gotta stick with it. Whether they have playoff issues or not, that's a whole nother deal. But for the sake of the regular season, A's will be at the top.
Yeah.
Second, who should we go with on second? Mariners. So you guys may be laughing at us, but we strongly feel that the Mariners have enough. they have enough to fight in this group, and we're gonna go with the Mariners. I think they're going to outperform the other teams. The Astros have been losing players. They're
trying to rebuild.
Not rebuild. I wouldn't say rebuild, but I think they're regressing a lot since their World Series, especially the scandals. The Angels, I don't think they're there yet. They have been adding a couple pieces, but they're not the pieces they need. So
yeah.
I got the Mariners taking over this group in second place. Third, we're gonna go with the Astros. Fourth, we're gonna go with the Rangers. We think there's gonna be a little upside from that team, rather than last season where they finished fifth. And then I have the Angels in fifth. Due to, I don't know, like I said, I don't see them.
No key players that they needed.
I don't see them picking up the slack, essentially, is for lack of better words. But let's move on.
So the next one we're talking about is the Central, where I have the White Sox at first. You know, they pretty much covered all aspects of the team that they needed to cover, especially with the MVP player Jose Abreu, and you know he's amazing right now. And that whole team, you know, they have more depth right now in the bullpen, and their rotation is just consistent. I'm glad to see that they're being consistent right now, especially in this division. So that's why I placed them at first.
Yeah, but and essentially, I really like this. I really like White Sox out last season between the Twins, between White Sox, and between the I can't even think, between the Indians. They played amazing. They played outstanding. They were all within a game of each other. So I really like White Sox. And second, we got to go with the Twins. In this case, we got to go with the Twins. The biggest issue for them last season were the road games. The road games, they underperformed. I think they went 12-17, so under 500, of course. And the home games, they dominated. But what happens when the White Sox start to outperform them in their home games, or if the Indians outperform them in these home games?
Yeah.
What happens then? The Twins will underperform a little bit due to this issue in the road games. So I think that's going to keep up. It's going to bite them in the butt, and they'll end up finishing second. And third, we'll finish with the Indians. Keep it the same.
Yeah.
Fourth, I do have the Royals, and then the Tigers fifth. So the only team we're changing from last year is first and second place.
Yeah.
And essentially the Tigers, I'm waiting for the day where they pick up the slack. It's been a while since they've been pretty good.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But yeah, let's move on. All right, guys, let's move on to, what is it? The East Side. Oh, sorry. I'm excited, man. Season starts tomorrow. Let's do this. Like I said, pending edit and actual publication of the video. Anyway, let's get started.
All right, so I have the Yankees at first. I think they're going to be taking this easily if they could stay healthy. You know, you have players such as Carlos Stanton and, you know, Aaron Judge, who are powerful hitters. Their ability to close out games is going to be a huge factor. So I just have them at first. You know, the great players, great rotations, you know, great depth, and it's going to be exciting to see them when they are healthy.
And I'm going to agree with him. I know you guys might find this shocking, especially with the Tampa Rays in this group, but we're going to put the Tampa Bay Rays in second place in this group. Biggest thing to keep in mind is they were the second team, one out of two teams, I should say, to hit the 40-win column.
Yeah.
Alongside the Dodgers, and that was it. No one else did it. In a way, I'm kind of embarrassed to say the Rays second, especially with that being said. But they did lose a couple big names such as Snell, and it's gonna affect them. That's the biggest thing. If you can't hold on to the whole team, it's gonna affect you. And ultimately, you're not gonna get a 40-win this season. So that's basically it for the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah.
But I know some of you might be like, what the heck? They won last season. etc., etc. But at the end of the day, they don't have the same team. It's let's say it's broken. It's missing a piece. It's not going to malfunction. It's not going to function the same.
Yeah.
So that's ultimately my biggest thing to take note of. Third place, I'm going to keep the Blue Jays. Fourth place, I'm actually going to put the Red Sox outperforming the Orioles.
Yeah.
And in fifth place, the Orioles.
Yeah.
But that sums it up. So those are our predictions for the groupings. But at the end of the season, it's going to look exactly like that. We can assure you.
Yeah.
American League, National League, all some good stuff. Let's give you our World Series predictions. That way you guys have it in mind. I am going to go with the Dodgers. I think it's one of those cases. It's one of those cases where you win one, or you score a goal, you hit a home run, the rest follows. And the Dodgers, for this case, finally won the World Series, and it's going to be a little easier for them to get it again.
Especially with the signings, yeah.
So Dodgers for me. Who you got?
So just Dodgers by themselves, no other team?
No, I'm saying the winner.
Oh, yeah, I got Dodgers running it back.
I mean, if you want, sorry, I guess I could give you the other side. I didn't really think about this, so off the top of my head, I'm actually going to go with the Yankees on this one.
Damn, I read my mind. I was going to say Yankees too.
Oh, this guy.
But yeah, it's going to be an exciting matchup to see this World Series. So, yeah, I know it's an early prediction, but we feel confident enough that it's going to come out to that.
Yeah, exactly. The biggest dark horses, in my opinion, by the way, that might throw in a pretty good fight. One being my Giants. Not just a biased pick, but also because last season they just missed the playoffs. It was crazy. It was insanity. A lot of frustration on my part. But all they have to do is find the pitching. If they can find the pitching, man, we're set.
The rest follows.
The rest follows. So, in my opinion, the Giants are going to be that dark horse team that if they can find that, this team is going to be pretty damn good. There were moments where our players were hitting home runs nonstop. Like I said, Slater, Dickerson, as long as they can stay healthy and continue with those home run sluggers, it's all good.
Yeah.
And let's go with our MVP. Alright, for my MVP, I'm actually going to go with Matt Olson from the Oakland A's. I think this guy's playing amazing. I kind of did want to go with Cody Bellinger, but Bellinger, I feel like, has underperformed. And like I said, not underperformed, but hasn't performed as amazing as he did at the start of last season.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Matt Olson. I think he's going to help this A's team be an unstoppable team this season. And which is why we predicted the A's at the top. So with that in mind, that is my pick for MVP. I like it. We made our World Series predictions. We made our group predictions of how it's going to end. We will be continuing to make videos regarding Major League Baseball. We'll probably do monthly updates, monthly rankings, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this first video for baseball. Give us any feedback, maybe something you're looking for us to continue, and we'll try to do it in the following videos.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Fastsnow,
Co-host Unknown,
and we're gonna play some baseball now. So peace out.
Later.